Okay, everybody. Um, med math is not my strong suit, so I decided to make a few videos to not only remind myself, but just in case anybody out there just needed a quick refresher on how to do it before a final. So here we go. This equation here, this is to figure out how much time you have when they give you a certain amount of fluids, drip rate, um, and tubing size. So the equation is it's pretty straightforward. It's going to be your drops. Here, let's go with a different color. It's going to be your drops per minute equals um, your volume to be administered times your tubing over time. And time is what we're going to be figuring out. So most of the time, the question will be worded in such a way to say, hey, you have 250 mLs in your bag left of whatever medication X. It is being delivered in a 60 drop at a rate of 15 drops a minute. And it's on us to figure out, if we'll have enough time. Say your transfer was 10 hours or something, and they'll ask you, do you have enough fluid to last you the transfer? So we got to figure out to see how much time there is. And it's pretty straightforward. So you'll plug in the numbers that you do have. So we see here that we have 15. That's our 15 drops. That will equal 250 because that's how much fluid we have left. Times our tubing. In this case, it's 60. And this right here, this x is going to be our time because that's what we want to figure out. So my next step would be to figure out this top part first because it's pretty easy. So we'll times 250 times 60, and that should give us 15,000 over x equals 15. Now for me, this next step was, I don't know why, the most complicated, the most confusing part that just kept throwing me off. But once you think about it, you can figure out that in order to get this x, we need to get rid of this x right here. We want to eliminate it. We want to not make our equation here a fraction. So what we can do is we can times this by x. What we do to one side, we must do to the other. So we'll times that by x. So that gives us 15x equals 15,000. Now we want to get x here. We want to figure out x all by itself. So our next step would be to divide this side by 15 and this side by 15. That should give us x equals 1,000. Now, an important aspect of this to remember is that the answer is given in minutes. So it may not, you will not answer this question as like I would administer. We would have 1,000 minutes left in this bag. You would want to put it in hours in minutes. So the next step, now that we have our quasi answer of 1,000 minutes, let's change the color. We'll take 1,000. We'll divide it by 60. Because, that's how many minutes are in an hour. And this gives us an answer of 16.66. And this is broken up in hours. So if you think about it, this 66 will pose a problem because you also won't say, hey, I have 16.66 hours left. You would want to put into hours and minutes. So we already have our hours, so we don't really have to worry about that. But we want to break it down into minutes. So we'll take our 66, and we understand that 66 is part of a whole, i.e. 100. That would also be equal to the whole of 60 minutes, or 1 hour, over x. We're trying to figure out how many minutes. So we cross multiply. We should get 100x equals 3,960. Now we want to get x by itself. So we divide by 100. If we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other. So that gives us an answer of x equals 39.6. So I'm pretty happy with that. I personally would round up in this instance, and I think for most med-math stations you'll be okay, because 6, use the rules of math, just round up. Since we already have our 16 over here, then we figured out our answer is 16 hours and 40 minutes. And that's how long this right here, that's how long this setup here would last. So if your transfer is 10 hours, you'll have more than enough time to administer. You won't run out of medication. So I hope you guys found this useful. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we'll try to get them answered.